sometimes when stuff moves forward as quickly as my Minecraft world has, for example, if you haven't seen like the 10 videos I've done on it so far, then it can be easy to forget that there's a hole in my ceiling. Why is it raining inside? Are you guys seeing that? That's not supposed to happen. No, it's not. Alright, I'm gonna sleep. Just kidding, I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna turn off the rain though. But yeah, what I was trying to say with my little monologue there, it's pretty easy to forget the past when you move forward so quickly as I have in the... Is it just eternally raining? Bro, I just changed to night. Time. Midnight. Now I'm going to bed. And now the rain's gonna go away because apparently / clear weather does not work anymore. Hello? Rain? Are you going away? Dude, is this normal? Do I have like a command block saying forever rain? What the hell? Why won't it... Changing... Clear! Clear the weather! Clear it! What the hell? Do I have to seriously quit? This is not the opening to the video I wanted to do. And I'm hiding? What the hell? Oh my god, okay. You know what? Welcome back. Please let me in now. Basically, if you don't know how I did this, I just created copies of my world over and over again. And hopefully, it's not raining this time, and I can actually turn it off this time. Game. Please. This is a stupid intro. This is so stupid. Because this should have just worked already. Don't know why it hasn't. Building terrain. This gives me beating Minecraft no armor flashbacks. Me talking to you while the game's loading. Come on. Me in game. And please work. Please just... I don't want to do this video in the rain. If it doesn't work, we're doing the video in the rain. Okay. There we go. Alright. I'm leaving this in because it's kind of funny. But as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, sometimes it's easy to forget the small things in life, right? The past is the past. The future is the future. This is the oldest version of my world that I have saved. And if you're gonna look around and you're gonna notice, holy cow, I watched all of your videos and I know that this is like nothing compared to, especially right there, compared to what your world will become. And I think that this is just such an interesting point of comparison for the future. Because this is what my world used to look like back in the day. And sometimes I look at this and I'm like, man, I do miss it when it was small. I miss the big open green fields around my house. But I also love what my world has become. I love the buildings. I love what I've done. I love everything about my new world and my old world. So it's kind of like a weird point of comparison. I'm not going to show you everything. I'm just going to show you the notable things. Like, this is obviously unchanged. The stage is unchanged. Ice cream's unchanged. All this stuff is unchanged. Is Willow in here? Willow is in here. Okay. Oh, Willow. I miss you so much, girl. You can come with me, even though we're kind of doing a paradox right now. If you do not know, Willow's dead. I know it's a bad thing to say, but Willow died when one time when I was writing that monstrosity over there. Because as you can see, there is, in fact, campfires up here. And I was writing it one time with Willow following me, and Willow burned to a crisp. Which is a shame, because my little librarian Willow here, where's my girl, was my favorite. I know you're not supposed to pick favorites, but she was my favorite. She and Aloe, ironically enough, both unfortunately passed away, were my favorites. So it is really great to see Willow, and for you guys to see her for the first time. This is your guys' first time meeting Willow, who unfortunately passed on. But yeah, if you don't know, Willow used to be my librarian, and this is kind of something I always forget about in my world. It's a little more obvious when there's nothing behind it, like the giant snowman that's soon to come. There's no petting zoo, there's no giant Staples paper, and there's no giant roller coaster. That's a big thing. That giant monstrosity of a roller coaster back there is not there. That is, but that's not. And Willow used to be my librarian down here, because this, I totally ripped off Stampy. If you guys don't know, Stampy Longnose. Stampy's Lovely World, that is like one of the most iconic Minecraft worlds of all time. He did something where he built a library inside of a hill, and what do you know? So did I. But what he didn't do and what I did is I had a librarian named Willow, who I eventually gave her own library back here behind this little exit part. It's a giant book, and it was dedicated to her, and she worked there until she unfortunately passed away. Anyways, on that note, let's talk about the other dogs that have died, because obviously, well, most of them have died by this point. Some of them are still alive, and I was still using this doghouse at the time. You walk inside, and you can see the old school signs on the side, which gives me more nostalgia than it gives you guys nostalgia. Cat 2, Cookie, Shadow. These three are still alive. Willow, I already talked about. Hi, Willow. Blaze is still alive. Lily is an interesting one, because Lily died because of a glitch. Lily, if I can find her, I'll get to Autumn and Aloe in a second. Hi, Blaze. Shadow. Lily, ironically enough, the same color as Willow, is one that died when I was kind of just wandering around. Basically, I went into the nether with them following me. I crashed. I went back in. Lily, Snowball, and Unnamed Cat, who I believe should still be in my hospital over here, because Unnamed Cat was unnamed for a reason. She was basically an unnamed cat that was kind of my rebound from the original cats. Then I kind of forgot about. I know it's bad, but it's true. And hi. So she was living here for the longest time, and she too also passed on during that glitch. I kind of revived her, kind of didn't during the incident. During, I guess, the incident, yeah, because after that happened, I kind of wanted there to be like a ghost in there, which I've kind of mentioned in both series. Is there? Oh, this is really old. Basically, through here, I'm talking about all the nitty gritty of my world at this point. There was a little secret area because I had a dog named Cynthia, named after the Pokemon character, who for the longest time before, surprise, biting it, was in the wall, because I felt like I had too many dogs, and I was like, well, if I have to hide one away, it'd be her. And I'm so sorry, Cookie. So I put her on the wall, and then I eventually was like, what the hell am I doing? That's so mean. Took her out of the wall, and I'm pretty sure like the first time I decided to have her follow me, she died. Rest in peace. But yeah, that giant monstrosity of a Blackstone castle that she's buried next to isn't here yet, so I clearly didn't have Cynthia yet. Which brings me to two very special dogs in my opinion. Autumn and Aloe. Weirdly enough, I am almost shedding a tear because of how nostalgic and almost sad this is. These were my favorites. These were my boys. Aloe and Autumn were my two favorite. What the hell is there a dog on the umbrella? What the hell was I doing? That's Snowball up there, by the way. Snowball's still alive to this day. Aloe and Autumn were my favorites. Autumn died more on accident and was very unpresentable, which almost made it sadder. And Aloe died on complete neglect on my part. And Aloe, this was before the petting zoo was even built. Aloe and Cookie lost the dog race and had to be put in the petting zoo. Before that even happened, and Aloe was just following me around. Actually, no, after that happened, I built the hide-and-seek arena. Oh yeah, Norman was still dead at this point. I built the hide-and-seek arena. The hide-and-seek arena would eventually go right here. Ironically enough, right next to where Hurricane died. Would be where Aloe would unfortunately fall through the world. Basically what happened was I was digging the little underground timer for the thing. And I know this is just a paradox, but I don't want these two to die again. I dug down here like this, fell through the world, and Autumn, being the obedient little dog he was, decided to follow me, which would be his last act, because after that he did obviously die and was buried, and I was very sad about that. And I don't mean this video to be so dark, but when we talk about old versions of my world, I have to talk about the dogs that died, because it's just like, duh. And then over here, right next to this little thing over here, was my parkour, which is basically the stony cave area. And inside of that, there's a waterfall. And I was building. Autumn swam up the waterfall trying to get to me. Oh my god. Please actually go away this time. Please. Let me regale you in the tales of me being a neglectful Minecraft dog owner. Please? Okay, thank God. And basically, there's a waterfall in that. He tried to swim up, and that did not end well for him, so I buried him outside of that. And on that note, I'm going to show you everything that kind of changed over time. So obviously, you saw that ACU a whole bunch of times. This was kind of the first truly big thing I built, because that did predate the Flower Ride. This was truly just a big building I had. You go through here, the interior is almost exactly the same. You go into the Nether, which in itself has changed a lot. And once again, it's a paradox, but I don't want these two to die. So, bye Aloe, bye Autumn. I loved you, but you're gone now. Sorry. And this was before the Ice Boat Arena. So this is kind of an interesting little fun fact for you guys. Basically what happened here, if my game would load. Oh, please don't crash. Please? I go through here, and this was basically just the other side of the ACU, because you can see there's no ice arena, there's no minecarts going off to there's no minecarts going off to the biomes, because those weren't made yet. There's no thing going up to parkour, because obviously that wasn't made yet. There's nothing over here. There's no museum. Up here, there's no path. There's not even any of that ice rink. Obviously, up here, little fun fact, is the terrain where the Black Museum in the Nether was made. And then this is the lava fall that the ice rink goes around. So you can see that those things were kind of already natural as they were, and I just kind of built over them. We're going to fly over here and hopefully not get lost from that. And you're going to see that this area, I believe up here... Oh shit, really? Okay. This is kind of funny, actually. This area right here is where my zoo should continue. But since in this copy of the world, I never flew out here, it is generating new terrain. Because there was not a red forest over here. It was just the old school, like this biome, like the old nether waste biomes. So it's really weird. This is a very... We're talking about paradoxes. This is the biggest paradox, I think, in the whole world. Because that's just wrong. That's just completely incorrect as to what should be there. But yeah, there's a whole minecart going up there, and then there's the continuation of the zoo, which has all the nether mobs in it, which is kind of what the ACU was originally going for. You can see there's still Bottlecap's grave, because at this point he did unfortunately still pass away. And actually, the original way you were supposed to get out of here was through here, which I broke after Bottlecap obviously bit it. And you're supposed to go through here, and you end up in this little brick, basalt little room that basically just says, fuck you, turn around. Yeah, back through first portal. And the weird part about that building is it is still there. It is very much still there in my real world, but I haven't extended the town enough to get to there. So it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere still. And the other weird part about this is the exit of the nether portal, because all nether portals, because of how small the world is, link up to one. In this case, this is the exact same way that Bottlecap died, because, as you can imagine, dog went here. Yep, not the best decision on my part. But this portal kind of connects to everything. Every portal I've ever built in my world since then connects to here, so this is kind of the spawn of the nether, pretty much. But you go back through here, and you go through this little exit way. And here's a little YHHH trivia. Yes, that is the name of the world. Don't judge me. This right here, kind of like what I did with the zoo, actually, was supposed to be the ACU2. This was supposed to extend more out here, and this was supposed to become basically all the hostile mobs. So your zombies, and your evokers, and your strays, and all those guys were supposed to be in the same way that the ACU was built, in little containers, all the way down here, until we went through all of them. There's going to be an exit at the end saying, thank you for riding. You can just barely make out. Actually, you guys can't at all because it's too dark. But there's the basalt building over there. But at the time, nothing I had built had even come close to this area. So you basically just had to ride this minecart, which is still here, but is cut off because of future buildings. And because there's no trident toss, there's no tunnel that goes under my house, which I guess I can show you my house again because it's the old version of my house. Basically just come all the way through here on this old minecart track. This goes under Rainbow Town, I'm pretty sure is above me. It goes under the park. This is the lake. This is... Oh, wait, really? Oh, the lake wasn't even here. This is just nothing. Nothing until the park, which as you can see the little beacon, that's where the park is. Little fun fact about you, about the world. I'm just going to fly because flying is infinitely quicker than minecarts are. You go through here, and then you end up on the side of the ACU, Animal Containment Unit, in case you're wondering what it says. Then you'd end up there, you'd get off, and you'd go about your business. Weirdly enough, all 4 of these buildings, including that, are still here in the original condition. You can see that the little hill that this connects to, my little abandoned prison, is actually, once again, kind of out there compared to everything else in the world. It's kind of crazy that my world has gotten big enough to come all the way over here and for me to be building like houses next to that and stuff. The village is still here. The Little Dipper's here. There's no zombie gift shop or zombie land for that extent. Battle arena. This was the farthest thing out on this side. And the Wizen World is such an interesting creature because there's nothing around the Wizen World. It was one of those things that I built really far out thinking, oh, there's no way I would ever get a building out this far. But now there's a pumpkin back here. There's a watchtower. There's a giant roller coaster. And it's just so interesting. I'm going to ride this one actually because it's just so old because there's nothing around it. Also, there's no grave for Tabitha. I think would be like right here. Tabitha died on the cactus of the archery range, and at this point in time, Tabitha wasn't even like a part in her mom or dad. I think she might have just been an egg spawn because I don't think I had any tabby cats before that. But Tabitha wasn't even a thing at this point. That's kind of crazy to think about. But you've all seen the Wizen World. You know how the top part works. You come down, and then the best part about this is, the emptiness of it. You look around and there's just empty fields. And I think it kind of gives this ride an aesthetic that it can't really achieve anymore because of how overcrowded this place has become. That's in the museum, in case you didn't know. As well as the Fluffy Memorial isn't there anymore. There's a whole beacon. You go through Runaway's doghouse. Runaway, I've talked about plenty of times. This room still hurts my eyes, and I really should change it out. I do apologize for any photosensitive viewers that may be watching this video. Look away, obviously. And here's Runaway's grave, as I already mentioned. Runaway splat from the top. I believe this is a perfect opportunity to show you the glitch that happened to the cats in the world, because this is my brother's house, unchanged from what it used to be, even more than the old ones. And there should be 2 cats, I believe, in the living room. Yeah, right here. Look, okay. Perfect example. Lily and Nickel. Ironically enough, there was 2 lilies. If I get fish to tame them, right? I get fish, I go to raw food, I get some cod. Look, you can see I'm clicking it because I'm eating it. But it does not let me click the food. I don't know what is wrong with these, and I think they might have escaped / died at some point. I don't know why she's blue either. That's just kind of strange to me. Like, these are not normal colors for cats. Like, something weird went on here. And if you guys know what happened, please let me know, because I have no idea. And the same thing happened to Norman. Something happened to my original cat, and Blade also. Norman, actually, I found... I wonder if he's still here. Just wandering about... Ow! That controller's sharp. Yeah, there's a little crack in my controller. It just cut me. There should be a dog somewhere around here. And a bee, for some reason. Chicken, I thought that was a dog. This is where I found Norman, so I wonder if he's going to be here. Chicken, more bees, more sheep. Because I know, as bad as it sounds, I'm pretty sure I killed Blade to see if that fixed it. It did not. Oh, look at me! There he is! Yeah. Is this Norman? Is it actually? I didn't actually think I'd find you. Yeah, another example of the glitch. Obviously, I found him and built him a little house in my actual world. But, as I've mentioned before, the bones do not work on him. So yes, he's alive, and I think this might be Dawn over here, actually. There's another dog. Did I not kill Blade? Or is this just actually a stray dog? This might just be a... Oh no, this is a glitch dog too. Who are you? Because Blade and Norman had name tags, and Fluffy died. I don't think I had another dog. Oh, it's my brother's dog. He had one in his house too. Gotcha. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, because he wouldn't have been name tagged either. And then obviously the flower rides, that's been... I think that's still there, actually. That's gone. There's a ugly-ass radio tower that I need to fix there. This is basically the same, but something cool about this is it was kind of the big first thing I built, and obviously it hasn't changed at all since I built it. If you haven't seen any of the tours, basically it's just a roller coaster going through a whole bunch of different biomes inside of a giant flower pot. You come up here to a mine shaft, and go through here to the little nether room. That also leads you to the ACU, in case you were wondering. This, Fluffy Jr. and Cat 2 are still alive in my actual world, but that's besides the point. They used to work here, in case you didn't know, because this is a replica of my room and the early version of my town, basically. And this is kind of an old map. Even older than the one in my house, because there's no Wizen World, there's not the giant thing in the corner. This is kind of just what things used to look like on a map, which, is a pretty cool point of retrospective to kind of think about. I'm done a lot of videos in Minecraft today, I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then obviously just the stuff I've changed today. Like this is still here, but all the cats and dogs have been moved over there. This has been finished for the longest time. This village, this newer style village, was unfinished. You can see that kind of here. This is what it looked like for a long time, actually. This has been changed to something that looks much more appealing, because if you guys remember, this is what the parkour castle used to look like, and now it looks so much better. Even like small stuff, like this lava has now been pushed up a couple blocks, because before, yeah, this is what it looked like. It used to look flat and stupid like that. The Tunnel of Love, when this used to be broken, the park actually isn't changed at all, so scratch that. This ugly-ass building's still here. Souvenir shop. Obviously, Aloe didn't die yet. And then this. This is something that I have such strange nostalgia for. This area right here. For the longest time, for some reason, I was so emotionally attached to this area that I just did not want to move it, no matter what. No matter what, I've never moved it. And eventually, I had a path that had to go through here, because if you guys remember my little biome boxes that obviously came through here, and I had to move this because the path intercepted it. This was the entire reason I built a museum, because I was like, I need to preserve this because of how nostalgic this few pieces of grass and 3 berries are. Because if you didn't know, this was when berries were first added to the game. Yeah, believe that. And there was just this little piece of grass here I had to throw down. Yeah, throw it down. Yeah. And I just missed, obviously, so threw a bunch of flowers. And for some reason, I was just emotionally attached to this area. And in the modern version of my world, in my museum, you can actually see that that's still there. That little 10 by 10 block area is in my museum for some strange reason. Also in here, where it lists all the dogs that are dead, you can see it only goes up to Runaway, because at the time, nobody else had died. Because apparently at this time, I was still a good dog owner. Not really. And weirdly enough, there's no path connecting that. That bothers me more than it should. Also, freaking rain. Are you serious? Go away. No. Stop it. Weather, clear. This was still the best location to view my world from, because obviously there's no Watchtower 2, there was no monorail, there was nothing like that. I guess you could view it from the top of King of the Ladder, but even now that's not really a great view, let alone back in the day. Ooh, and this was before I added a ladder to go to the roof in here. Because obviously you can see out the windows in here, but the main appeal of this building is you can go to the roof and see out of it. And as you can see, this is kind of the oldest version of the world I got. In terms of like date, this was taken, I think, in 2019. Or I think it was late 2020. I don't know why I said 19. So yeah, here's my old world. I figured it was a good point of retrospective before I ever did my, God forbid, my December of 2023 update. I don't know if I'm doing that again, guys. I'm going to be real with you. Don't think it's happening. Don't hold your breath. I might just do another update video / another video like this / a top 10 video that I still have to film / make / create / whatever the hell. But as for this video, thank you all very much for watching. It was kind of a weird one, I know. But any videos inside of my 2-year plus creative world, I do enjoy making a lot. I'm sorry for the kind of flood. I know that there was 3 Minecraft videos in the span of 2 months. Once again, as I've mentioned before, I'm pre-recording all of these videos on May 20th / 21st, 22nd, etc. all the way up until June 16th, which is where I go away for work. So as you're seeing, this is probably re-recorded way in advance and uploaded way later, because, like I said, I just needed stuff to upload while I was gone, and this is kind of filling that gap, and Minecraft videos are easy to film right now, so that's why I'm filming 3 of them. But for right now, thank you all very much for watching. I love each and every one of you who checks out my videos and watches them, etc. This is just kind of a blast from the past for me, and it's just a lovely thing to look back at. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Mental health is important. And I will see you all next time in my next video, which is not Minecraft, I promise. I promise whatever comes next is not Minecraft, okay? Unless it is, and I'm a big fat liar, which in case, sorry.